Graduates and guests, will you please rise for the academic procession? The candidates for doctoral degrees from the Graduate College have gathered to celebrate commencement. These proceedings are hereby called to order. I now welcome Dean Amanda Tyne of the Graduate College to the podium to begin our ceremony. Please be seated.
Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda Tyne, and I'm Associate Provost for Graduate and Professional Education and Dean of the Graduate College here at the University of Iowa. I'd like to take a moment to invite graduates and guests to turn to the arena monitors to view a short video. Let's share a moment in celebrating Iowa.
I knew that I was going to come to Iowa the day that I toured campus.
It felt like, all right, this is where I'm supposed to be.
I just loved the campus. I loved meeting all of my potential professors.
Being here in Iowa City, there were so many things going on. It was such a vibrant academic and intellectual, but also creative community.
There's not a person in my major or that I've met at Iowa that I don't feel like I can go to.
It really felt more like a family.
Iowa does an amazing job of giving you so many different resources to figure out who you truly are when you come here.
The coolest thing about being a Hawkeye is that it doesn't mean one thing.
I want to be a visual storyteller and a filmmaker. What's been given to me here can really help me with that.
I got a lot of leadership experience, and I want to use that skill to impact other people.
Valuing the people that you work with is the most important thing, and that's definitely the lesson that I'm going to take away.
Being able to have the entire country rally behind you and having that lasting impact on women's basketball, it's honestly a dream come true.
I've never even been into sports, but I learned just how awesome it is to be in that community of we are all students here right now cheering on this one thing.
Every time I wear a Hawkeye shirt, I always hear somebody yell, "Go Hawks," at me, so I know that that's going to follow me wherever I go.
From COVID and everything that happens, I was stripped down to the essentials of leaning on my people and learning how to allow people to help me.
It was really hard to kind of adjust to being at home all the time.
Coming from a first-generation student, being resilient meant staying through college, pushing myself to be the best that I can be.
Not being able to see my family, that was really tough in a way that I probably still haven't completely processed.
I'm thankful for the peers as well as the mentors that I've had who have allowed me to be resilient.
I would love to thank my mom, my dad, obviously.
Thank you, Aunt Kelly and Uncle Mike, for raising me, for being there for me. And
my colleagues for some of the best years of my life.
My neighbors and my community members here in Iowa City.
Thank you, Mom and Dad.
I'd like to thank my fiance for being there and supporting me.
Thank you to my friends for making all of this worth it.
On behalf of my colleagues, I am delighted to greet all of you who've gathered here today to celebrate this important occasion. Graduates, I know it's been a long road. You've persisted through the highs and lows that come with earning a doctoral degree. This is truly a phenomenal accomplishment that should make you very proud. I'm so excited to be able to participate in this ceremony with you today, one that marks a very special and significant moment in your lives. I know I speak on behalf of so many of my colleagues at the University of Iowa when I say that we can't wait to see what you'll do next. We know that you'll take all that you've learned with you as you go out into the world and do great things. You are our best and our brightest. We are counting on you because the future of our country and the international community to which many of you belong depends to a large extent on your knowledge and expertise to help solve local and global problems today and into the future. We depend on you because we know the critical role that you will play in advancing future knowledge, innovation, economic development, arts, healthcare, and education, to name just of the few of the areas where you have expertise. And perhaps most importantly, we're relying on you to be leaders in the kind of critical thinking that fosters complex problem solving and a path toward global understanding. The accomplishments of your graduate careers that have come to fruition today have prepared you to move forward to face the opportunities and challenges the future holds with newfound confidence and perseverance. Friends and family, I'm happy you are here as well. You've encouraged and supported these graduates through the exciting but often stressful process of earning a doctoral degree. Your devotion to them is so important, and we're pleased you're able to celebrate with us today. Before we begin the formal ceremony, I'd like to pause to recognize a few individuals sharing in this experience today. Ahead of the ceremony, we've enjoyed music from the Iowa Brass Quintet. Members of the quintet are Professor Michael Gauze, Kaylin Laundrie, Keely Cruz, Dr. Jonathan Allen, and Professor John Manning. Thank you for sharing your talents with us today. In addition, Joan Locke from Hands Up Communications is serving as the American Sign Language interpreter for our ceremony. Joan will be interpreting most portions of the event, but because of the number of graduates, they will not sign the graduates' names. I would also like to introduce you to my colleagues on the stage who are here to help us celebrate. I'd request that each of you stand when introduced. First, I'm thrilled to have President Barbara Wilson on hand to assist me in the conferral of the degrees. In addition, I would like to recognize collegiate leadership on the stage. Clark Stanford, Dean, College of Dentistry. Pam Wesley, Associate Dean, College of Education. David Roman, Associate Dean, College of Pharmacy. Dan Trenell, Associate Dean, Carver College of Medicine. Edith Parker, Dean, College of Public Health. Nick Street, Associate Dean, Tippie College of Business. Julie Zerwick, Dean, College of Nursing. Nick and Julie have some fans. Daniel McGehee, Associate Professor and Director of the National Advanced Driving Simulator, College of Engineering. Shelley Campo, Associate Dean, Graduate College. Christine Getz, Associate Dean, College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. And Russ Gannam, Associate Provost and Dean, International Programs. We're also pleased to have Mary Dirks, Associate Dean in the College of Nursing, and Ana Rodriguez Rodriguez, Associate Professor in the Department of Spanish and Portuguese, serving as our faculty marshals. Finally, if I could ask all of the graduate faculty members seated amongst the students to please rise, we would like to recognize you for your dedication to our students and for your participation today. It is now my pleasure to ask alumna Dr. Jen Whitman to say a few words. Dr. Whitman earned a Bachelor of Fine Arts from the University of Iowa in 2012 and a Doctor of Nursing Practice in 2019. After we hear from Dr. Whitman, we will confer degrees. Welcome, Dr. Whitman.
Good morning. During my orientation for graduate school, a wise professor, Dr. Judge Ellis, told us the two best days of graduate school are your orientation day and your graduation day. I will confidently tell you, and I'm sure you will now all agree, she was correct. Between orientation and graduation, I endured many peaks and valleys, but nothing compares to the excitement of your first day of school and the relief and promise of your graduation day. Every single one of you experienced a unique path that led you here today. I started at the University of Iowa in the fall of 1999 as a first-generation college student. I was faced with social and educational challenges that hindered my confidence and my ability to succeed. I nearly failed out of college my sophomore year. Eventually, pushing through, I turned my college experience around and finished my Bachelor of Fine Arts in 2004. Over the span of 11 years, I worked in sales, returned to school, was a student volunteer, transitioned to nursing assistant, and graduated to be a nurse. Through this, every step brought me closer to build the confidence I needed to apply to my dream doctoral program at the University of Iowa. I began the next leg of my path in the fall of 2015. I knew graduate school would be difficult. I expected to learn how to do a proper history, physical, diagnosis, and treatment plan. I expected to memorize body systems, how to interpret labs, and I did. I learned these things. But what I really took away from my experience were the unexpected lessons. I learned how resilient my classmates were when faced with the death of a family member, the birth of a child, and the long commutes to clinical rotations. I learned each patient I encountered taught me valuable lessons that cannot be learned in a classroom. I built a network of mentors who I can confidently call friends in the College of Nursing. I would not be who I am today without my failures. I would not be who I am today without the expected and unexpected experiences I gained while attending the University of Iowa. My experience is unique to me, but I imagine every one of you sitting here had to overcome challenges and adversity to proudly sit as newly minted doctors. You pushed through the challenges of a global pandemic. You studied, cried, laughed, and likely questioned yourselves time and time again if you would make it. And you did. I challenge all of you to push yourself to be better every day. Stay engaged with the University of Iowa. Tell your story to anyone who will listen because you are proud of what you accomplished, and you never know who you may inspire to push through their fears and take a chance on education. And please, never forget, no matter where you go from here, you will always have a community in Iowa City to welcome you home. I am proud to call you all colleagues. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you, Dr. Whitman. The candidates for doctoral degrees will now be recognized and inducted into the Academy of Learned People who have demonstrated the highest level of achievement, independent scholarship, and creativity in their chosen disciplines. As students are introduced, faculty members will perform a hooding ceremony. Where possible, the dissertation advisor or collegiate representative will assist in performing this rite of passage. A hood will be added to the gown each candidate is wearing. This completes their academic regalia. The University of Iowa hoods are black and gold, trimmed in colors representing the degrees conferred. Rhodes blue for the Doctor of Audiology, light blue for the Doctor of Education, pink for the Doctor of Musical Arts, apricot for the Doctor of Nursing Practice, dark blue for the Doctor of Philosophy, and teal for the Doctor of Physical Therapy. We now come to the most important part of the program, the moment when we recognize each degree recipient. As I mentioned earlier, I'm joined today by President Wilson, who will assist in the conferral of degrees. As we move through the ceremony, in order that each graduate's name may be clearly heard, please hold your applause until all the doctoral graduates have been introduced. Then we'll give everyone a full round of applause. After the ceremony concludes, we would also appreciate it if everyone would remain in their seats until the end of the recessional. Graduates, President Wilson and I are happy to shake hands with those who are comfortable. We also welcome an elbow bump, a thumbs up, just a nod, and offered congratulations. We'll follow your lead with whatever seems right for you. I now invite President Wilson to come forward. President Wilson, these candidates have completed all of the requirements for the degrees Doctor of Audiology, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Musical Arts, Doctor of Nursing Practice, Doctor of Philosophy, and Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Thank you, Dean Tyne. On recommendation of the faculty of the Graduate College, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, State of Iowa, I confer on each of you the degree of Doctor of Audiology, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Musical Arts, Doctor of Nursing Practice, Doctor of Philosophy, and Doctor of Physical Therapy, as qualified and designated.
Thank you, President Wilson. Would the doctoral degree recipients please come forward to be recognized?
Adelaide Bethany Sudibillo, PhD, Spanish, hooded by Ana Rodriguez Rodriguez. Carly Diana Armour, PhD, Educational Policy and Leadership Studies, hooded by Jody Lindley. Eric Axel Albinson, PhD, Educational Policy and Leadership Studies, hooded by Jody Lindley. Matthew James Ogeri, PhD, Educational Policy and Leadership Studies, hooded by Jody Lindley. Lindsay Ann Jarrett, PhD, Educational Policy and Leadership Studies, hooded by Jody Lindley. Anne Louise Abbott, PhD, Community and Behavioral Health, hooded by Shelley Campo. Shane Matthew Williams, PhD, Educational Policy and Leadership Studies, hooded by Liz Hollingworth. Anthony Robert Newman, PhD, Educational Policy and Leadership Studies, hooded by Liz Hollingworth. Nicholas Strope, PhD, Educational Policy and Leadership Studies, hooded by Nicholas Bowman. Elmira Jangju Tazakand, PhD, Educational Policy and Leadership Studies, hooded by Julie Zurich. Catherine Broughton, sorry. Matthew John Steyer, PhD, Educational Policy and Leadership Studies, hooded by Leslie Ann Locke. John Paul Rice. Okay. John Paul Rice, Doctor of Education, hooded by Liz Hollingworth. Nicole Bernadine Dunham Litter, Doctor of Education, hooded by Liz Hollingworth. Kayla Lynn Jackson, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Liz Hollingworth. Justin Michael Colbert, Doctor of Education, hooded by Allison Lee Brune. Stephanie Ann Hauser, PhD, Civil and Environmental Engineering, hooded by Kelly Baker. Jim Kaser, PhD, Occupational and Environmental Health, hooded by Patrick O'Shaughnessy. Neil Andrew McDonald, PhD, Geography, hooded by Mark Linderman. Thomas Stewart Burt, PhD, Industrial Engineering, hooded by Daniel McGahey. Emily Shull, PhD, Industrial Engineering, hooded by Daniel McGahey. Madeline Anderson, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Ksenia Nozikova. Anthony Caparelli, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Ksenia Nozikova. Matt Mason, PhD, Music, hooded by Julie Zurich. Thomas Patashnik, PhD, Business Administration, hooded by Rong Su. Michael Robert Montani, PhD, Business Administration, hooded by Beth Ann Livingston. Seung Hwan Ryu, PhD, Business Administration, hooded by Beth Ann Livingston. Ho Yun Kwan, PhD, Geography, hooded by Charlar Kolyu. Jennifer Michelle Cecilia Sukolaski, PhD, Oral Science, hooded by Susan Christine McKernan. Megan Marie Madaleno, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by David Puterbaugh. Seung Wook Kim, PhD, Business Administration, hooded by both Gary Russell and Thomas Gruka. Broderick Stephen Schwartz, PhD, Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Tyler Bell. Dmitro Kravchuk, PhD, Chemistry, hooded by Tori Forbes. Logan James Augustine, PhD, Chemistry, hooded by Tori Forbes. Zishan Zhang, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Michael Thomason. Yo-Yo Su, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Kenneth Che. Jehan Fayaz Malik, PhD, Computer Science, hooded by Joseph Carney. Corey Jordan Cromer Edwards, PhD, Computer Science, hooded by Julie Zerwick. Emily Elizabeth Sevick, PhD, Music, hooded by Abby Lynn Dvorak. Margaret Tisch, PhD, Neuroscience, hooded by Joel Gearling. Matthew Sodoma, PhD, Psychology, hooded by Michelle Voss. Francesca Schreiber, PhD, Psychology, hooded by Eja Demir Lira. Aziz Arisakola Alade, PhD, Epidemiology, hooded by Aziz Butali. Kimberly Fiak, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Marco Hefti. Noah Scott Armstrong, PhD, Neuroscience, hooded by C. Andrew Frank. Angelo Antiguas, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Martine Dunwald. Mark Lee, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Ling Yang. Dan Su, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Brad Allen Ament. Kyung Chan Park, PhD, Business Administration, hooded by Nick Street. Alyssa Bryn Liebold Clayton, PhD, Social Work, hooded by Megan Gilster. Kaihua Liu, PhD, Human Toxicology, hooded by Thomas Rutkowski. Amanda Catherine Goslin, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Jacob Bird Priest. Deborah Coons Beecham, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Kayla Reed Fitzke. Alexis Monique Hamilton, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Kayla Reed Fitzke. Jacob Andrew Sandoval, PhD, Psychological and Quantitative Foundations, hooded by Kayla Reed Fitzke. Mohammed Sit, PhD, Informatics, hooded by Ibrahim Demir. Yazid Alabad, PhD, Civil and Environmental Engineering, hooded by Ibrahim Demir. Lindsay M. Woodbridge, PhD, Counselor Education, hooded by David K. Dias. Bialbi Yom, PhD, Counselor Education, hooded by Gerta Bardoshi. Min Tsang, PhD, Informatics, hooded by Patrick Fan. Shenghao Wang, PhD, Business Administration, hooded by Patrick Fong. Scott Olson, PhD, Anthropology, hooded by Ilana Bush. Addison Porter Kimmel, PhD, Anthropology, hooded by Ilana Bush. Brendan Nyland, PhD, Teaching and Learning, hooded by Seth King. Jeffrey James Shemansky, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Yun Kyung Jeon. Megan Joy Dorfler, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Yun Kyung Jeon. Madeline Carol Anderson, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Yun Kyung Jeon. Min Kyung Kim, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Yun Kyung Jeon. Kelly Marie Gerlich, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Yun Kyung Jeon. Sarah Elizabeth Kingsbury, Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Yun Kyung Jeon. Michael Goldberg, PhD, Teaching and Learning, hooded by Bonnie Sunstein. Nicole Amato, PhD, Teaching and Learning, hooded by Saba Khan Vlach. Hoang An Andy Gwyn, PhD, Mathematics, hooded by Ryan Kinzer. Nitesh Mathur, PhD, Mathematics, hooded by Ryan Kinzer. Manuel Abrizio, PhD, Mathematics, hooded by Ryan Kinzer. Yariana Diaz, PhD, Mathematics, hooded by Ryan Kinzer. Cody Matthew Gilbert, PhD, Mathematics, hooded by Ryan David Kinzer. Lalita Mazgaid, PhD, Human Toxicology, hooded by Prajwal Gurung. Tassin Katai, PhD, Health and Human Physiology, hooded by Christopher Benson. Ethan Rook, PhD, Applied Mathematical and Computational Sciences, hooded by Isabel Darcy. Alex Pollenberg, PhD, Applied Mathematical and Computational Sciences, hooded by Colleen Catherine Mitchell. Anna K. Leinheiser, PhD, Applied Mathematical and Computational Sciences, hooded by Colleen Catherine Mitchell. Andrew Pensinel, PhD, Applied Mathematical and Computational Sciences, hooded by Colleen Catherine Mitchell. Frank Lee, Biomedical Engineering, hooded by Ching Long Lin. Lisa Danielle Covington, PhD, Sociology of Education, hooded by Venice Berry. Virginia Knuckles, PhD, Health and Human Physiology, hooded by Gary Pierce. Emily Rogers, PhD, Health and Human Physiology, hooded by Nathaniel Jenkins. Niall Ferguson Banks, PhD, Health and Human Physiology, hooded by Nathaniel Jenkins. Param Parnian, PhD, Chemical and Biomedical Engineering, hooded by Eric Nuxall. Mallory Tollefson, PhD, Biomedical Engineering, hooded by Michael Mackey. Jacob Gallagher, PhD, Health and Human Physiology, hooded by Lucas Carr. Matthew Thomas Ramey, PhD, Biomedical Engineering, hooded by Liu Hyung. Rhiannon Jade Smith, PhD, Chemical and Biochemical Engineering, hooded by Jennifer Fiegel. Adrienne Peel, PhD, Chemical and Biochemical Engineering, hooded by Alan Guyman. Matthew Ryan Nagorzanski, PhD, Civil and Environmental Engineering, hooded by David Swertney. Biming Tang, PhD, Chemical and Biochemical Engineering, hooded by Charles Stanier. Dat Tien Hong, PhD, Computer Science, hooded by Kasturi Varadarjan. Indranil Guha, PhD, Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Poonam Saha. Lee Chun Chang, PhD, Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Poonam Saha. Chen Chen Ding, PhD, Teaching and Learning, hooded by Gavin Fulmer. Kwang Min Lee, PhD, Teaching and Learning, hooded by Leah Plockins. Maria Durinova, PhD, Teaching and Learning, hooded by Leah Plockins. Lisa Marie Wymore, PhD, Teaching and Learning, hooded by Leah Plockins. Chen Huang, PhD, Statistics, hooded by Aishin Tan. Autumn Epiphany Moore. PhD, Pharmacy, hooded by Robert John Kearns. Sanjeev Saha, PhD, Pharmacy, hooded by Ali Oscar Salem. Leila Rizai, PhD, Pharmacy, hooded by Maureen Donovan. Kevin Tobin, PhD, Pharmaceutics, hooded by Nicole Brogdon. Andrew Paul Voigt, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by Todd Sheets. Kaylee Carr White, Sociology, hooded by Mike Sauter. Hannah Womack Espy, PhD, Sociology, hooded by Frida Lynn. Sean Carney, PhD, Sociology, hooded by Sarah Catherine Harkness. Alejandra Gonzalez, PhD, Nursing, hooded by Melissa Leon Macken. Shakora Sabri, PhD, Biomedical Science, hooded by George Weiner. Aline Sanduk, PhD, Immunology, hooded by John Houtman. Brooke Huang, PhD, Business Administration, hooded by Anand Vij.
Yifeng Zhang, PhD, Biomedical Sciences, hooded by Liliana Radoshevich. Mitchell Neil Lefevre, PhD, Biomedical Sciences, hooded by John Harty. Ali Wampler, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Brady Mitchell. Allison Moss, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Wiesman. Hermina Tandia, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Wiesman. Miranda Ray Engeldinger, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Wiesman. Cassiana Kellerer, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Wiesman. Elizabeth Annalie Hunt, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Wiesman. Renee Lee Benzo, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Wiesman. Danielle No, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Wiesman. Caitlin Nicole Pauls, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Wiesman. Gwendolyn Scott, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Wiesman. Elizabeth Marie Whaley, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Tess Judge Ellis. Alexa Elizabeth Kramer, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Amalia Gedney Lowe's. Chantal Nicole Kendig, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Amalia Gedney Lowe's. Alexandra Jane Collins, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Amalia Gedney Lowe's. Madison Russell, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Amalia Gedney Lowe's. Bailey Jill Smith, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Amalia Gedney Lowe's. Anne Elise Martin, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Amalia Gedney Lowe's. Kimberly Carol Thornhill, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Amalia Gedney Lowe's. Esther Rono, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Ann Welton. Tiffany Marie Talley, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Ann Welton. Elizabeth Palmer, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Ann Welton. Ashley Williams, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Ann Welton. Haley Hoffman, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Ann Welton. Michelle Krantz, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Tanya Johannes. Danielle Lynn Rice, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Tanya Johannes. Yaovi Bobo, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Tanya Johannes. Caitlin Rose Burns Thompson, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Maria Lindell Joseph. Emily Kristen Ward, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Maria Lindell Joseph. Rosanna Wynn Onwar, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Maria Lindell Joseph. Ashley Amanda James, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Richard Bogue. Hannah Jo Armstrong, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Patricia Groves. Ian Gordon, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Heather Dunn. Michelle Tangman, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Heather Dunn. Amy Renee Weber, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Crawford. Reagan Frazee, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Crawford. Courtney Nicole Wilson, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Crawford. Alexia Chally, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Crawford. Rainia Glandon, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Crawford. Rachel Marie Torrey, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Daniel Crawford. Nicole Irene Hayworth, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Cormac O'Sullivan. Tyler Tuttle, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Cormac O'Sullivan. Natalie Marguerite Russell, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Cormac O'Sullivan. Erin Niles, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Cormac O'Sullivan. Sabrina Vitale D'Angelo, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Cormac O'Sullivan. Davy Soto, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Kathleen Fear. Leah Irish, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Kathleen Fear. Sarah Fennell, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Kathleen Fear. Sheldon Buss, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Kathy Fear. Nicole Marie Hickman, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Emily Ford. Amy Lee Delpierre, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Emily Ford. Gabriella Jude, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Emily Ford. Sarah Weber, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Heather Bear. Cameron Andela, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Heather Bear. Jensen Willard, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Heather Bear. Claire Marie Schlensen, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Larry Newman. Katie Steichen, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Larry Newman. Audrey Helt, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Larry Newman. Crystal Liebhart Megenberg, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Larry Newman. Lan Potter, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Larry Newman. Judith Pena Cavedo, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Larry Newman. Samantha Nicole Ryan, Doctor of Nursing Practice, hooded by Sharon Kozad. Nicole Elizabeth States, PhD Chemistry, hooded by Renee Cole. Huang Dong, PhD Chemistry, hooded by Dave Martin. Joshua Zagrabic, PhD in Chemistry, hooded by Scott Daly. Kiara Ruthann Brockman, PhD Biomedical Science, hooded by Rebecca Denise Dodd. Aladdin Tiba, PhD in Chemistry, hooded by Leonard McGillivray. Christopher Hartwick, PhD in Chemistry, hooded by Leonard McGillivray. Nathan Christopher Stummy, PhD in Chemistry, hooded by Scott Shaw. Ramin Ordikani Saidlar, PhD in Chemistry, hooded by Scott Shaw. Whitney Harmon, PhD in Chemistry, hooded by Christopher Cheatham. Lauren Kate Parr, PhD in Chemistry, hooded by Christopher Cheatham. Nicholas Ludke, PhD in Chemistry, hooded by Christopher Cheatham. Anthony Lilienthal, PhD in Integrated Biology, hooded by Nick Street. Arwa Al-Khatib, PhD in Pharmacy, hooded by Bill Doucette. Lucas Howell, PhD in Chemistry, hooded by Gregory Freestad. Jacob Nicholas Hackbarth, PhD in Chemistry, hooded by Gregory Freestad. Matthew Lovender, PhD in Chemistry, hooded by Edward Gillian. Ishanka Arunali Lianage, PhD in Chemistry, hooded by Edward Gillian. Nimesh Passan Ranasinghe Arachinge, PhD in Chemistry, hooded by Ned Bowden. Kevin Hunter, PhD in Chemistry, hooded by Nicole Becker. Morgan Swanson, PhD in Epidemiology, hooded by James Torner. Daniel Kari, PhD in epidemiology, hooded by James Torner. Niklet Ilibagiza Kabibi, PhD in epidemiology, hooded by Mary Charlton, in memory of Bill Field. Joanne Constantine, PhD in Health Services and Policy, hooded by George Wiebe and Kanika Akora. Lily Shu, PhD in Health Services and Policy, hooded by Hari Sharma. Theodore Joseph Gagan, PhD in Biomedical Engineering, hooded by Daniel Heyer. Hannah Rockford, PhD in Health Services and Policy, hooded by Brian Caskey. Willow Kreutzer, PhD in Political Science, hooded by Sarah Mitchell. Hoshik Nam, PhD in Political Science, hooded by Brian Lai. Xiun Chen, PhD in Business Administration, hooded by Gary Gith. Riley Troyer, PhD in Physics, hooded by Allison James. Daniel Robert Simons, PhD in Physics, hooded by Allison James. Sarah Ann Conley, PhD in Physics, hooded by Gregory Howes. Kelly Ann Hill, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Stephen Swanson. Minji Kwan, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Rainey Laquona. Dong Hee Han, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Christine Rutledge Russell. Joseph Arthur, PhD in Business Administration, hooded by Jarjisu Sadhu. Yifan Wang, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Gregory Hand. Brady Hansen, PhD in Physical Rehabilitation Science, hooded by Darren Casey. Jacqueline Marie Reed, PhD in Communication Studies, hooded by Rachel McLaren. Alexander Michael Greiner, PhD in Genetics, hooded by Barry Landon. Frida Teran Garza, PhD in Neuroscience, hooded by George Richardson. Mickey Burdick, PhD in Communications Studies, hooded by Natalie Fixmer-Oriaz. Acorde Terriba, PhD in Counseling Psychology, hooded by Megan Foley-Nickpon. David Dawson, PhD in Counseling Psychology, hooded by Saba Rashid Ali. Ziomada Marie Cervantes, PhD in Counseling Psychology, hooded by Saba Rashid Ali. Christopher Anders, PhD in Counseling Psychology, hooded by Martin Givligan. Chelsea Gates, PhD in Counseling Psychology, hooded by Martin Givligan. Jeffrey Lawrence Grimes, PhD in Counseling Psychology, hooded by Martin Givligan. Bernice Ann Kubasek, PhD in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Anaya Sengupta. Eileen Hernandez Reyes, PhD in Biostatistics, hooded by Jacob Olson. Elliot Burkhart, PhD in Biostatistics, hooded by Daniel Cyril. Felix Pabon Rodriguez, PhD in Biostatistics, hooded by Grant Brown. Daniel Heejin Kong, PhD in Biostatistics, hooded by Christopher Coffey. Matt Davis, PhD in Biostatistics, hooded by Brian Smith. Come on. Oh, sorry. Colin Nolte, PhD in biostatistics, hooded by Patrick John Brayany. Scott Koneman, PhD in biostatistics, hooded by Joseph Kavanaugh. Rayanne Corrigan, PhD in biomedical engineering, hooded by Thomas Casavant. Emily Dawn Lavering, PhD in biochemistry and molecular biology, hooded by Daniel Weeks. Divya Shashi Bhatt, PhD in biomedical science, hooded by Maria Spies. Justin Ling, PhD in biochemistry and molecular biology, hooded by Todd Washington. Benjamin Matthew Kerbach, PhD in English, hooded by Nick Street. Guanchu Chen, PhD in medical engineering, hooded by Nick Street. Levi Kirby, PhD in industrial engineering, hooded by Xuan Song. Shi Ma, PhD in second language acquisition, hooded by Shanren Ke. Dusheen Dai, PhD in second language acquisition, hooded by Helen Shen.
Congratulations, everyone. Let's do one more big round of applause for all of our graduates. It's now my pleasure to ask one of our newly minted doctors, Carly Armour, who just received a PhD in Educational Policy and Leadership Studies, to give the graduate address. Following Carly's address, President Wilson will give a send-off to conclude the ceremony. After President Wilson's closing remarks, we would appreciate it if everyone would remain in their seats until the end of the recessional. Carly, come on up.
Hello, everyone. First, before I even follow my speech, I really want to make my own little nugget of a comment. I was born deaf. It was a huge honor to be invited here after many, many years facing so many barriers. I am here, same as you. We made it. I've worked here for 11 years as a student disability services rep. I loved, that filled my heart. I love my heart is in the University of Iowa. It is such an honor to be selected to speak today. To finally reach this moment, we've arrived. COVID hit us. It's been a journey, and we've made it. After many years of hard work, the sweat, the stress, let's be honest, a lot of coffee and a lot of tea, right? The PhD, we got it. Today, as we gather, ready to embark on the next phase of our lives, I want to pause, all of us. I challenge you all to think beyond the achievements and consider the effect we will have on the world. That new degree, the new graduate, we're uniquely positioned, each of you, in each of your fields. You have the knowledge, the expertise to tackle complex problems and drive innovation. But with great power comes great responsibility. So I encourage you all to think and reflect. What problems do you want to solve? What injustices and inequities do you want to address? That world out there, how it was before, really, it's a challenge. That's a challenging question. But the important thing is how you will change and improve the future generations for this world. How can you reframe that? You don't do it alone. It requires collaboration, empathy, listening, and learning from each other. This new degree, you have the opportunity to be leaders. I encourage you to make the changes. So, when we're faced with all of those struggles, the setbacks, take a moment, sit back, relax, rest, learn, brush off, and rise and try again. Most importantly, when you're pulled in so many different directions with multiple hats, don't forget to take care of yourself. You can't do anything when you're exhausted or your tank is on E. All of these things, we're better prepared to be the best we can be in our fields. So in conclusion, all of these things, the next step, what do you look for? What do you want to see? I am hopeful for each one of you, and I know you can make an impact. So whether you feel it or not, 2023 graduates, you're done. You did it. Be proud. It is time to celebrate and hopefully rest tomorrow. Doctors, the world waits. Go. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Carly. So appreciate your words. It sounds like some of our children are already celebrating up there, doesn't it? I am so honored to have been part of such an important ceremony today. There are about 12 ceremonies, graduation ceremonies across the week, and I don't get to attend them all, but this is one of my favorites. I love watching people get hooded. It's very special. So I offer my heartiest congratulations to all of the graduates at this very special moment in your lives. A graduate education is always a team effort. So I also want to thank the families, the friends, the teachers, the mentors, the partners for giving you such incredible support along the way. So right now, graduates, I want you to stand up. Just wait a minute till you get your directions, because I know you're good at following directions. You have a PhD after all. All right. Stand up, find your people in this audience who've supported you, and join me in a loud round of applause for all those amazing supporters. Stand up. Go ahead and do it. Find your people. As you, our doctoral graduates, move on to new pursuits, we thank you for working so diligently on your professional education and for choosing the University of Iowa for your training. You've contributed significantly to our educational and our scholarly excellence. You've been engaged seminar participants. You've collaborated on research projects. Some of you may have even led research projects. Many of you have also taught classes here, sharpening your teaching skills and contributing to our students' education with fresh perspectives and the latest knowledge. And you've contributed greatly to our local communities, as well as to our state and beyond. You've been generous in your public service and your engagement in sharing your knowledge and your creativity with the world. As new doctoral graduates, you are at the forefront of change. That change is only going to accelerate, both in your professional arenas and in society at large. I know that you have the intellectual growth and professional skills you've developed here at Iowa that will help you to adapt to, and I hope lead us through that change. I look forward to seeing how you will contribute to a better future for all of us. Even though we are saying farewell, you of course will always be part of the Hawkeye family. Your work here will remain in terms of what you've put upon this institution, in terms of your talents and your gifts. And your work in the future will reflect positively on your University of Iowa education. So now as you go forward, I want you to promise 3 things. First, wear your black and gold Hawkeye colors wherever you go. People will recognize you, and if you have that Tiger Hawk on, they will yell out from across the street, on the highway, and on top mountains, "Go Hawks!" Yeah. Second, come back to campus as often as you can to visit us and visit your faculty, your mentors, and your friends here. And third, continue to support the University of Iowa and advocate for higher education. Thank you. We need that desperately right now. So once again, congratulations, good luck, best wishes for great success in the wonderful years ahead of you. I'm going to ask you to say those 2 words right now loud and clear on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Go Hawks! Thank you all. Congratulations.